In this video, we're going to go over the August 2025 closeout. And I know what you're thinking, girl, that was a couple months ago. And you're not wrong, but again, late is better than never. However, because I've already closed out a couple of the paychecks, this should be a very, very quick video. And like I say, late is better than never when it comes to budgeting. I'd rather know what I did with my money. I do hate a closeout, but just because it shows all imperfections and everything I did wrong. But here we are. So if you do not know, I try to post at least one video a week. The preferable date is Tuesday. Every now and then I might not post on a Tuesday, depending if life is lifing, right? But yes, I do try to post every Tuesday. And I may or may not post extra videos depending on what's going on, if I have any financial updates or anything else to share that is necessary. Also, if you don't know, every Sunday on paperbymode.com, I post a new blog post. So this last blog post was about how to join the Great Lock-in Challenge, build financial habits that stick before 2026. So really quickly, the Great Lock-in Challenge, it's been going over social media, all platforms. And basically, some people have started at the top of September. Some people are starting their last quarter. And for me, the challenge that I'm doing, it's going to be starting October. So I'm going to give you guys some more information because October is around the corner. Basically, it's just building habits one day at a time, little things, right? If you want to save more money, save $1 a day. If you want to pay off a little bit more debt, pay off $1 a day. If you want to make more money, try to make an extra dollar or $2 extra a day on a side hustle or another job, or maybe even expand your skill set. So it ranges depending on what your goals are. So I'm going to have a whole challenge set up and I'm going to share that with you all sooner than later. So if you do not know, I am on my financial freedom journey and I love to share my process, my progress, sometimes my downfalls, all the things with my savings, my debt, my paychecks, my monthly paycheck, all the things. And so if you're interested in that and you're also on your financial freedom journey, make sure you go ahead and join the community by clicking that subscribe button so you can stay posted on all the things that I'm doing. We can chit chat with each other, as well as let me know what you're doing. Maybe you have great advice, or maybe you just want to be a part because you can relate to it. So if you're interested, make sure you stay tuned. Okay, so first things first, if you do not know, this right here is my budget planner. It's really a budget binder, but I love this just because I love to share with you guys. It is simple, it is easy. You take a few things and you don't have to make your life hard. Sometimes budget planners are $50, $60, $70, $80, $90. I get it. And we want the cute, we want the aesthetic, but we can have both. We can have aesthetic and we can have functionality that's affordable. Come on now, aesthetic, functionality, that is affordable. Say them three 100 times in a row. So this is why I like to talk about this a lot, because this is important. This is simple. It's a binder from a store, and then I printed out inserts. These inserts are from paperbymode.com. I mean, shameless plug, right? My inserts are very much so affordable. They are $20 and lower. So yes, I'm going to shameless plug myself. I'm going to recommend, but here we are. You really can just do it on a piece of paper, pen, and be done. So I'm taking out my green and red pen. I just think it's very important. If you don't know, I love a Pilot pen, but lately I've been using this, what is it, Skillsoft? Nope, Skillcraft pen. I got this from work. Yummy, yummy, yummy. It just writes so pretty. I love it. So this is in black, and then I have a Pilot Precise V5 in red, and then in green I have a Pilot G207. So we're gonna go ahead and take it on down to August. And also, if you do not know and you're new here, I do write sideways because I don't know why, because I write hard because I like it. I don't really know. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the third paycheck out, the second paycheck, the first paycheck, and the monthly budget out of our binder. And we're going to put this off to the side. Okay, really easy. Get our calculator. Now, this is our August budget. First budget, it's closed. We got everything that we need. The gas, we will be putting 30 and 30 because although we didn't use all the 30, we just took it anyway. We're those people. Okay, so second budget, I really don't know. So here's the thing. It says food was $236.35, but the thing is, the change that we had left over, we used it. So we're gonna put $250. And then the third paycheck budget, we're also gonna do the same because we got the cash. And so when we have cash, when we get food, it's just so much harder for us to actually go over, which is why we try to do cash. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. So because the first paycheck budget, no, we'll start off with the first paycheck budget. I was gonna say because it's closed or whatever. Here we are. Okay, let's do this. So we're just gonna go ahead and put $30 right here and $30 right here. So we have 100 because that's 50 and 50, and then we're gonna plus the 60, and then we're gonna plus the 249.91. Okay, so that's a 409.91. 409.91. So this was in the green. So we're just gonna readjust the math a little bit. We just want to make sure the numbers are good. So the actual was $5,134.74. We're gonna subtract the 1684, right? Yep, .99. Okay, so now we're at $3,449.75. And we're gonna bring that over here, and we're gonna subtract 409.91. That's 3,000. Well, 3,039. I should have did this in green, guys. Why did I just bring up red and green if I didn't? So the goal is, if it's, we spent less than what we planned on doing, that means we can put it in green. If it's worse, then it should be in red, black if it's even. So $3,039.84. $3,039.84. That's good. We're in green. We're in the green, guys. Okay, so $3,039.84. Okay, so then we took that up here. Now, obviously, we ended up spending more money. That's why this isn't red. We did $200 for my husband's fantasy. It technically actually came from this paycheck, but then we ended up eventually taking money from sinking funds. We kind of talk about sinking funds a little bit, in the sense that when we take money from sinking funds, I know people count it as income. I don't know. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. It just sometimes, to me, I feel like it makes it a little harder. But you got to do what works for you. Okay, so that's $2,100. Now we're going to take, I just wanted to make sure that number's right because it's so ugly. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that doesn't make it look any better. Okay, so now we're going to take $3,039.84, and we're going to subtract 2,100. That is $939. Ooh, that's red. That's red. Okay, so it's going to say we're in the negative. $939.84. Then we went over here. These was accurate, 561. So $939.84 minus 1,122. It's going to say we're negative 182.16. Okay. 182.16. Okay. So that is the first paycheck. That is closed. All right. Second paycheck is pretty close, but the only thing is we're going to go ahead and add that $250 for food. And we're going to go from there. So this right here would total out to the regular. So 35 and 35. Did we do 30 or 35 on that first paycheck? We are so confused. That 30. Okay. Okay, so we did 35 and 35 is 70. 170. So we got 170 plus 250. That is 420, like it states. Okay, so what we're going to do here is $5,131.48. We're going to subtract that $825. So when it comes to the second and third paychecks, the first and second paycheck, my husband and I, we split the rent between the paychecks, not between each other. Between the paychecks, not between each other. Okay. So $5,131.48 minus $825. That is $4,306.48. Okay. Then we're going to subtract $420, and that is $3,886.48. So this is just on the money. $886.48. I feel like I should get a boom because that was like literally on the money. I don't know. I thought it was funny, you guys. Okay. So then we go there and then we bring it up here. And then this says, ooh, that's a lot of money in savings. I love that for us, darling. Okay, so we said 200 is 400. So that's 2,400, 2,850. Okay, that was easy. So 2,850. I'm going to take 3,886.48, and then we're going to subtract 2,850. Okay, what did you do? So we got $3,886.48 minus 2,850. What is happening? So let's just can we turn you off? How do you turn this thing off? Because something's not right. I don't know what I'm pressing. Let me focus. $3,886.48. Subtract. Am I pressing multiply? $3,886.48. Subtract 2,850. Oh my God. Okay, that was weird. Anyways, so $1,036.48 is what we have, and that's going to be in black because that's accurate. Okay, so now we're going to move it on to debt. We only gave $1,000, so that means $36.48 was left over. Now we're going to go to the third paycheck. We know exactly how much we brought in because we kind of are semi-closed this. It was $5,023.69. Then we gave $800 to our cash fund because we did think that we were going to make more with my husband's full-time check. We found out that his check regularly is no longer going to be in the 2,000s. It's going to be 1,800 range. So we will be expecting that or budgeting for that moving forward. We rather under budget than over budget. So in this case, we over budgeted, unfortunately, but it happens. It's life. We're humans. So what we do here is putting all of the numbers, guys, just because we have the cash. So we're doing 250. We actually allocate. So how we do gas, I just want to explain to you all that money comes in our joint account. And then he gets his 35. I get my 35. If we don't do cash for fun, he'll take his 50. I'll take my 50. But lately we've been doing cash with fun, and that's a little more effective for us. And what else do we take out? And then we allocate for our sinking funds or our house fund or our what is the IRA, depending what we do. Now what we do have on auto usually is our house fund, because what we do know is we're going to give our house fund $1,000 every time we get paid. So that's going to come easy. Now that doesn't come from our money checking account. It'll come from our bill account because we do have a separate bill account. I know. We just try to make life easier. So just in case, these companies, they like to take a whole bunch of money, in the sense that we've had our electricity bill get charged us twice randomly. I don't like stuff like that. We don't want you around too much money that you can just take it whenever you want. I don't like it. So even though some stuff comes out automatic, we definitely check, guys. So 70, 250, 70, 100, 350, 70. Okay, so that is 7, 11, 12. I know, I still count my fingers, guys. So that is 420. I just wanted to make sure that our numbers are actually correct. Now on this one right here, because this is a third paycheck and we don't get a third paycheck often, you notice that there is no bills. It's life. But we've been having unexpected things come up, and it's really just health expenses. So we have not given to our IRA. I know it sucks. We suck. It happens. So I'm going to come back up here for a second. So this is where we started. Yep. So we had 5,000. Let's do this. This is the first one. Usually the first one's here. So this is going to be the first. That's going to be second. And this is going to be the third. Okay. So really fast. $5,023.69. We subtract $420 from it. That's going to equal $4,603.69. It's red because we expected for there to be more. So we said 4,800, and so now it's going to be 4,600. 4,600. Oops, 603. Girl, get it together. And 69. Okay. 4,603. $4,603.69. Now we're going to move this on up to the savings. Just when I say on up, guys, I'm talking about the arrows. So what we did here, so we should just do this in red. Okay, we gave 0 and we gave 0. Hot mess, I know, guys, but it is what it is. We gotta do what we gotta do. So this is 1,500. We make sure we give to the house all the time. All the time. And then 1,000 sinking funds. So what we have here is 25. Let me just do the math, girl. Stop trying to do it in your head. That's what the calculator is for. Okay, so 1,500 plus 1,000 is 2,500 plus 800. Okay, 3,300. Okay, so 3,300. We're gonna do this in red because it's 900. It's 900. It's 600 less. How is it 600 less? Oh yes, because 2 here, and then 2 and 2. Yep. So that's 3,300. So now we're gonna take 4,603.69, and we're gonna subtract. 4,603.69, $4,603.69, and we subtract 3,000. Oh girl, you did not even press subtract. Subtract 3,300. Okay, so now we're saying we have $1,303.69, so it's over. So is that green or is that red? I don't know, guys. So we're gonna put it in green because the number's higher. $1,303.69. So now we're over here. Now this is verbatim what we gave to our student loans. If you do not know and you didn't watch, you should definitely watch our August student loan budget closeout. We gave, what's the number? $2,945.78 between my husband and myself, like our contributions to our student loans. Does that mean that's what our numbers went down? No, because we have interest. But that's what we gave, darling. So we gave $259.71, and then we gave $640.63. Very specific numbers. So we're going to subtract $259.71, and we're going to subtract $640.63. So now it's saying 403.35, and I'm just going to put it down. I'm sure we actually gave more to our medical bills that we have. We've just been having, like, for whatever reason, our insurance hasn't been covering some things, or they've been covering it partially. We have had the same insurance, and for whatever, I have no idea. We're gonna have to read up on it because it's just crazy. So we're gonna just say, ooh, this is not a good color. We're gonna put medical. We're gonna put 403.35. 403.35. This way we're gonna balance out to the 1303.69. Is that red or is that green? I don't know, guys. I'm confused. 1303.69, and this is going to be in black. $0. Okay, so that is the third paycheck budget. Now we move on to the monthly. I love doing this like some gaming cards or something, y'all. You know, like a 1, 2, 3. Boom. Now we're doing August. Love that. Okay, so first things first, let's just go ahead and do our numbers for our full-time job. So we're going to do my husband first because he's the first name that pops up. We're going to do it from the actual. So he had $2,055.02 first paycheck plus $2,051.77 plus 1803. 1803. What is that? 35.35. So that's $5,910.40 for my husband. And I'm proud of him, proud of our income. So first and foremost, if you don't know, we are zero-based budgeters. So we always got to start off with zero because duh. Okay. So instead of him bringing in 4,800, we prefer to project less than it being over. That's just preference for us. Okay. So this is going to be 5,900. $10.14 to 4. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Now let's do mine. I'm 379.71 times 3. 379.71. That's 72. We'll ignore that. And then that's 71. So we'll just times it by 3, guys. Times it by 3. That is 369. Yep, that makes sense. $9,239. So this is over just because of the 200. We're gonna say 9239.13. And I'm grateful to God. Okay, and then so YouTube got paid $140.63. If you don't know, this is income that we only put towards my student loans. That is, we talk about it, that's what we do. So we're gonna put this in blue just because, like, why not? Okay, why not? And this was 140.63. Okay, so $9,239.13 plus $5,910. And is that a 14? I hope so. 14 cent plus 140.63. We have $15,289.90. Thankful for a 3 paycheck month. Don't you just love a 3 paycheck month? Okay, 15,289.90. I was at work one day and one of one of the bosses at work was like, don't you just like come to work for the enjoyment and not the money? And I'm not gonna lie, I just was looking like, I don't know. I don't know about that. That's a tough question there. Okay, so $1,545 is like our base rent. This number is just by itself, not including water and sewage. Water and sewage is also included in our rent, but we just pay it separate. So $772.50 times 2. 772.50 times 2. That is $1,545. We got a really decent price here. It's a little rough, but you got to do what you got to do. Trying to figure out where we want to live, what we're going to do next, if we're going to buy a house. You guys, we're figuring it out. So $1,550 times 2, that's what we gave for the first 2 paychecks. That's $105, and that is going to our water and sewage. It's never usually that much, guys, but we do what we do. Like I said before, all of this extra money, even if it's over, goes in our bill paying account. So then we have a little buffer just in case one day or 1 month the electricity is a little higher than it needs to. That sucks, but it happens. Okay, so phone bill, $180. Okay, so we're putting $180 there. Okay. Right, just want to make sure I'm right. Okay, and then subscriptions is $22. And then my student loans is $197. Which is crazy because I put $0 for my husband's student loans, but then we actually gave crazy. So no, did we give 0? $250. We couldn't have given it. We gave $561. And then, so should we put that under extra? Or do we put that under 0? Sometimes I get confused. So what we'll do is we'll put it under 0 because we said it previously. We just want to make sure we're good here. Put it under 0. And then we'll just put everything we put under here because that's what we said previously, right? We just want to make sure we're doing what we say we did on the previous checks. Okay, so life insurance is $108.04. This one. 04. Oh my goodness, look at this. I was thinking this too. I said, why is this so little? I did not include car insurance. And I know car insurance came out, but you know what? I'm just going to put 0. We didn't include car insurance, and it's crazy. You're thinking, how did you not pay your car insurance? We did pay our car insurance, but we have a buffer in our bill account. So that's on me. I just did not include it. I know it sucks. It's crazy. I'm human and life happens. So we're going to put 0 because we literally didn't give any more money unless on another paycheck. Nope. But it came out, guys, so it is what it is. So electricity we set to 50 and it ended up being 232.95. So that one's in green. 232.95. I put this in red because, girl, you gotta pay it. 232.95. I think this is a good lesson in making sure you go back to your monthly budget and making sure like everything's straight and you're not lying to yourself, because what is going on? So we got 1545 plus 105 plus 50 plus 180 for the phone plus 22 for the subscriptions plus 197, okay, plus 108.04 plus 70 plus 232.95. 232.95. So we actually paid $2,509.99. It's in the green, but it probably shouldn't have been, and just making mistakes out here, y'all. That's okay. $9.99. Okay, so we're gonna take $15,289.90, and we're gonna subtract $2,509.99. So now we have $12,000. And again, this isn't a green just because we kind of miss some things. I was gonna say this rarely happens, but every now and then I do forget. I'm not gonna lie. And it's not just me, you guys, because it's not just me forgetting. My husband and I, we sit down, we review the numbers and talk it out before I even record. So that means we both looked at it and we were like, yeah, that's fine. We gotta do better. Okay, so $12,779.91. So that's another good reason to have a buffer, just in case you're human and you forget. Okay, so now we're going to the food. We said 500. That was insane. So 249.91. That's the first one. Plus 250 plus 250. So that's 749.91. Girl. It's a lot of colors going on here. 749.91. Okay, $90 gas. 30. Ooh, 35 and 35. 70, 80, 90, 100. That's 100, right? So you got 30 plus 35 plus 35. That's 100. So we're in the red again. Okay, this is crazy. And then 50 for fun, 50 for fun, 50 for fun. That's 150. We'll put it in black. I was ready to put something in green, you guys. So 150 and 150. So 150 times 2, 300. Plus 200, that's 100 and 100. Plus 749.91. Okay, so that's $1,249.91. Red. $1,249.91. I always try to go under with food. This was a little delusional, but shoot your shot. $1,249.91. So we're going to take 12,779.91, and we're going to subtract, this is crazy because it's 91 cents. Subtract $1,249.91. Okay, so now we're at 11,000. Still green though. $11,530. We're going to take this. We're going to go up to our savings. I love talking about our savings. I always hope it's higher, but I kind of have a feeling it's not because of our IRAs. So 200, 200, and then 0. So 400 for each. That's red. Yuck. 400. 400. I think we're going to be higher for house. So we got 1,000. That's the second 1,000. And then 30. That's 1,500. So that is $3,500 instead of just, okay. So we're winning somewhere. Something in green. Jeez. Okay. So when it comes to sinking funds, we got 500 on the first check. 1,000. So that's 1,500 plus 1,000. So that's 2,500. So we're in black. We like it in the black too. We just don't want it in the red. Okay, and so buffer we said 162.96. Okay, girl, I don't know about that. And then I don't know about that. I just want to get to the next part just to see if there is anything left. I don't think so. To be honest. So my husband's loan, 561. Okay, for the first one. The second one, we didn't pay anything, and then the third one, we paid. What is that number? 259.71. So 820.71. So we're in the red. Hate this for us. 820.71. Okay, and then my student loans, I feel like it's just so much money that's left over, and I don't know where it's at, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Let me see my student loan. So we gave me 561. Oops, 561 plus 1,000. That's $1,561. You see that? That's the second. The third one, we're gonna plus 640.63 plus 640.63. That's 2. So that's kind of in the green now. That's a lot of money, girl. $2,201. Something's, yeah. That kind of makes sense because we said it was 2,900, but that doesn't even make sense because, okay, whatever. I don't have time. 2,201. I'm like, I don't have time because my head hurts here. So did we say this was 820? Because 8 and that would have been like more, and we actually said 2,945. So the math doesn't math, but what I'm going to put here, $2,945.78. That's what I'm going to put. Just because I know we gave that because we closed out our student loans. So I'm going to put the number from the student loan video, $2,945.78. $945.78. And this is why a lot of people say, girl, we do not close out our budget because woo, Chile. Yeah, this don't make sense because now it's saying, that means we're saying 11,530. We're subtracting, let's round it up, 3,000. That means 8,530. So this is 5,000. No, it's not. This is 6,000. 3,500, 45, 55, and then add the 5. That's 6,000. 6,800 plus 6,800. So minus 6,800. So we're saying we have $1,730 left over. This is depressing. Okay, but let's just add it up anyway, guys. So we got 800 plus 3,500 plus 2,500, 6,800, which is weird. How? Oh, because of that 500. Okay, so yeah, still in the red because of $62. So 6,800. Now we take that, we subtract 11,530. Now it's saying we have $4,730, which is in the green. $4,730. We might have, did we give more to sinking funds? So we said 500 here. Oh, my husband's fantasy. We got to do that. That's what we got to do. We got to put fantasy on here. That's what, where are we going to put it? We're going to put it in savings. We'll say fantasy. That's his $100 fantasy draft. What else? Oh, you know what? The cash fund. Duh. Cash fund was $450. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put cash fund $450. We're going to put total. So we're going to say cash. Did I not put it anywhere else? The monthly budget is trash. Okay, so cash fund, it says $450 and then 800. Now we're definitely in the negative, plus 800. That's 1,250. Oh, maybe not. 450. So that is $1,250. So let's go ahead and wipe this out for a hot second. Because woo and a woo. Okay, let's try this again, guys. I was really getting confused. 400 plus 400 plus 3,500 plus 2,500 plus 200 plus 1,250. So that says 8,250. Wow. Is that green? I guess. 8,250. 8,250. Okay. So now we take that. We subtract it from 11,530 and we get 3,280. Still not quite, but it's a little better. It's a little better. So we're going to put in green 3,280. Now they're saying we're going to take 3,280 and we're going to subtract $2,945.78. So that's 334, which I don't understand, but you know what? Do we want to put it in red, blue, green? I don't know. Blue, because I'm confused. That's what we're going to do. $334.22. That's what we're saying we have left over. It's actually insane. But here we are. August closeout budget. You guys know I do not like a closeout budget, but here we are. I did it. You did it, girl. You did it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like in all of this drama, okay, the circus. Thanks for joining with us. Hope you like this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Chat with me in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.